they've been healthy, and they have continuity. Especially as
they're kicking ass.
As the game wore on, is that what you saw tonight from them?
Absolutely. That's a team that has really, really gelled over the years. They've gone through a lot of suffering. And heck yeah, they got continuity and they've been very lucky. That's lucky to be healthy, And when you put a team with that kind of talent, a team that's had that kind of pain in the playoffs, veteran leadership, young talent, this is how they will look, and they look good.
18 in a row. Some people might say it ain't nothing, but we have another half of the season to go. But, the way we're playing, I believe this team is better than the team last year that went to the finals, to be honest with you. Just the chemistry and the way the terminology, the way how we talk to each other. Last year we would come in there just confused, going to the huddles and timeouts, but now we're just complimenting each other and telling each other to finish off this game strong, put them away.
We have no idea what this team can be of. And when you have, Trev, who's just a second game back, no K-Nunn. I missed, a bunch of games now. AD's out, and a bunch of guys in protocol or head coaches out. So how can we really fully assess what we have, when we haven't been whole? I can't remember the last time, we, played the same starting lineup and had the same rotation coming off the bench. It's been a long time. So it's hard to assess that.
Yeah, I'm very optimistic. We've been through so much as a team already and still going through it as a unit. And the best part about, for me, this just thus far is just all the ups and downs, and that's the NBA season. The most important part is that we stay together, never divide, never panic, never succumb to whatever the people on the outside of our team are saying. Just make sure that we stay close-knit and find ways to be able to stick together through whatever it is, because we're a team that don't rely on excuses. We understand the circumstance that we have in our locker room, and we got to make the best of it. As simple as that.
Yeah, LeBron's right, Marc J. Spears. I don't think I said it a long time ago. I'm off the Lakers roller coaster for all the reasons that he just laid out. They're 16-16. We don't know who the hell they are because they're coming and going. So I want to focus on the Suns. I'll put it to you real simple, man. We'll see them on Christmas. Right now, Suns or Warriors?
Right now, I'll say Suns. In a month, I'd probably say Warriors.
Why is that?
And to be
Clay?
I was waiting for your follow-up on that. Yeah, Clay and Wiseman. Wiseman gives them size that counters Ayton. I'm not saying it stops Ayton, but Warriors are one of the smaller teams in the league right now. Once you get him, to me, reminds me kind of like a David Robinson, a healthy Ralph Sampson. You get somebody that's going to make it easier in terms of running the floor, dunking, blocking shots, giving them a presence in the post, makes their bench deeper. Then, obviously when Clay comes back, you had a shooter that right now, I think the Warriors and Curry, who has seemed fatigued of late, desperately need back, So, yeah, I think on Christmas Day, yeah, I do believe the Suns are the better team, but long term, I do like the Warriors. For them to be doing what they're doing now without Clay, without Wiseman, is very impressive to me.
That's a big if you agree with DeAndre Ayton that the
right.
Suns are better. Okay, you do agree with him. So
I do agree
what element has pushed them to that next level where they're better than last year? It might be Ayton himself, or is it another player's improvement?
Well, I think the biggest thing is now they've been there, done that. Like last season, everything was new. Ayton, Booker never had played in the playoffs. So every experience was a new experience. And even Chris Paul had never been in the finals. So you get Chris Paul in the finals. He has experience with that now. They add a couple pieces like a JaVale McGee. And I think also you got to remember Chris Paul was a new player on this team. They're used to him and what he does and how he elevates his team to a higher level. Chris, Book, and Jay Crowder have done so much to take Ayton's game to an all-star level, and I think he certainly deserving of potentially being on that team, and the Suns having 3 All-Stars. They pushed him. Also Monty Williams, the coach, have pushed him and told him, we're not an NBA championship team unless you play at an elite level that you're capable of playing. And he's responded to that. He hasn't let his contract situation push him to the side or mentally. He told me he's a Bahamian. They don't give us nothing anyway. So he's, instead of fighting against what the Suns did, he's embracing it because he knows he's getting paid now. He knows he's getting paid. It's just going to take a little longer than he thought, but he's like, this is a dude that used to sit on the beach and be happy to have KFC, which is a big delicacy to my friends in the Bahamas. They love KFC, bro.
It is. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like, what is a couple months?
Right.
And that's the
Right back at you.
Bahamas.
Right back
All
at
them
you.
I went to Trinidad.
And they
everywhere,
love Wendy's.
man.
They love Wendy's
Yeah.
chicken sandwiches. It's really strange.
Well, I mean, who doesn't love a number 6? I mean, that's the GOAT chicken
But
sandwich.
no, they had lines of, like, I was driving with one of my boys out there a couple years ago, and for an 8 piece. I'm like, why is there 20 people in the takeout line, drive-through line at Wendy's? They said that chicken sandwich. And I hadn't had one in years. I came home and got one, and I was like, you know what? It is bomb.
Right. Just with Michael,
I was sleeping.
The right amount of mayonnaise. Or that you talk about what is mayonnaise good for? A number 6 from Wendy's.
But but you know this,
mayonnaise and lettuce and tomato.
You my New Orleans homeboy too.
Now you're getting
he
a little too
knows
reckless.
that they probably put a little bit more seasoning on it in the Bahamas than they do in most places.
They might.
Just like they do in the 504.
You know what it is. You know what time it is. Shout out to Popeyes and their chicken sandwich, which, sorry,
Canal
Wendy's is still
Street.
better. So look, you are joining us. There's New Orleans, another great city in America, Las Vegas. You tell us during the break, you're in Las Vegas at the G League Showcase. Now you're an
Staying off
intrepid
the strip
reporter,
too,
Mark.
man. I ain't even on the strip right now.
Good. That's smart. You are an intrepid reporter. You're always thinking 2 steps ahead. I wonder, did you just decide to go to the G League Showcase because these players are going to be critical to the functioning of the NBA, or were you already planning on attending the G League Showcase just to see tomorrow's potential stars? Because what do you make of just how the league and Adam Silver are handling this Omicron outbreak?
Well, I always try to stay 2 steps ahead of the posse, but I'm not going to say that I was that smart. I had actually planned to be here already and thought about not coming because of everything that's going on. But this is the biggest G League showcase ever because it's like, as one scout told me yesterday, man, it's slim pickings now. I'm like, what are these, like, dudes at a club or something like that? They acting like they're at a club
2 o'clock in the morning. Lights coming on.
There've been so many guys that have been signed, like Alfonso McKinney. He was playing for the Capitanes, and he's gone. And, Lance Stephenson's with Atlanta. C.J. Miles is with the Celtics. Like, C.J. Miles signed with the G League Ignite.
Joe Johnson back with the Celtics. Joe Johnson with the Celtics. Again.
ISO Joe. Yeah.
That's
crazy.
I saw Jameer Nelson yesterday. He's a scout now for the 76ers. I'm like, hey, Jameer, you still look like you're in good shape. Maybe Sixers might need to add him back. I'm going to give a shout out. The Clippers need to sign Wesley Johnson. Wesley Johnson is 1 year away from getting the 10-year pension, which gives him and his family not only a nice money, but he gives them insurance for the rest of their lives. Not only just himself, but his wife and his kids. He's a year away. Clippers.
Oh, man.
Sign Wesley Johnson, man. He's an assistant coach with the Clippers. Sign him for a 10-day. Let him get that 10th year so he could take care of his family health-wise.
Oh, man. We need to get a petition going for that, man. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you for hell yeah. But just generally, what do you make of the way the league is approaching it, especially when you juxtapose it with the NHL, for instance, or even the NFL, like in terms of Adam Silver saying, hey, we're going to learn to live with this thing. We're not going to beat it.
Yeah, I think they learned a lot from the bubble. I was in there for those 90 days, and I don't see that returning. But, Dr. Leroy Sims and the medical staff with the NBA have done, I think, a pretty great job under the circumstances. Some would probably say, like, this is evolves and changes every day. But it made a lot of sense to, be able to add players without hitting a luxury tax to continue to play games and not delay games. Should there be a pause? That's certainly debatable in a lot of ways. What are these Christmas games going to look like? Probably more bah humbug than Merry, Merry, Merry Christmas, right? I'm going to go to the Christmas game in L.A. I don't know who's playing. LeBron, KD, I have no clue, but I'm going to be there just to see. And there's going to be I'm going to tell you now, there's going to be a Christmas story of some dude that you have not heard of that's going to have an amazing Christmas story because last week he was, maybe working at Whole Foods or he was like a waiter at Lago, my spot in Vegas that I might go to tonight. Shout out to them. And now he has a job with an NBA team. And he's going to watch. There's going to be somebody that's going to be a fantastic Christmas story that's going to go from nowhere to being a Feliz Navidad star.
And then they're going to make a movie about it.
Hey, there's all those names you mentioned. You mentioned a lot of guys that we have forgotten about. One name you didn't mention, this is my last question for you, is Kyrie Irving. How did it happen? What's your take on how he returned when we heard the Nets say initially, no, we're going to move on. We'll move on until he can be a full-time player for us. All of a sudden, he's a part-time player. If he actually gets
he's not.
How did this happen?
But he will be. Desperate times go to desperate measures. Saw the minutes KD was playing. James Harden's playing. They're in like protocols now too. I think at this point they're just adding anybody. So if they're like, well, shoot, if we're just adding dudes off the street or off the G League, we might as well give him a chance. They're trying to get that top seed, and they got a couple teams on their neck, and so I think they're biting their tongue and looking at the bigger picture in terms of record and just staying above the fray. I saw this story. I guess it came out of South Africa or not maybe, but out of Africa that I guess the Omicron is starting to calm down there, and they've gotten a hold of it. And basically saying that it's a trend that hopefully will come to the United States. So I think right now, man, this is horrible storm. I don't want nobody to die. I mean, hey, look, we're coming on the year anniversary of my brother Sekou Smith passing. So to me, skip basketball. This is bigger than basketball. They could, sometimes you got to protect people from themselves. So, if you got unvaccinated players that are playing right now, is that really good for the league? Is that really good for society? I don't know about that, But the Nets, to me, I think they're more worried about their wins and losses than ultimately, I guess their pride in what they said before or worrying about the health part of it.
All right, well, wins and losses go hand in hand with this bottom line, man. Well, you be safe, man. We appreciate you, brother. A Merry Christmas. Happy Kwanzaa. Happy New Year.
I know y'all celebrate Kwanzaa too, man. So thanks for saying Happy Kwanzaa.
Of course.
Merry Christmas, brother.
Three Kings Day too. All that. We're doing it all.
We'll see you next year, brother, man. Thank you.
Love y'all.
Love you, man. Hey, thanks for watching Brother from Another on YouTube. Make sure you hit subscribe before you leave, and be sure to watch us 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern Time on Peacock. Appreciate you.